Hey, JC from JC's Comics and More, your pop culture superstore at 6725 West Central Avenue. That is Toledo, Ohio, 43617-419-531-6097. We're doing a quick video on Tales to Astonish and Tales to Suspense. This is number 55 with the human top. Unfortunately, this issue, not much value. It's detached. The rip on the back cover. You do have this cool ad right here that shows Jack from Jack in the Box. This is before he started his chain of restaurants. He was doing electronic small appliance repairing at home in his spare time, and he was making $5 to $6 an hour. Whew. That's how he earned the money to get his restaurant going. And there we got the self-defense course that you could take. Was it the you by Waza? Is that how you pronounce that? How you could just hit the nerve endings and put somebody down. It says here, I weigh only 95 pounds, but yet I can paralyze a 200-pound attacker with just a finger. And see what kind of other ads are in here. Gypsy's Secret with the wonderful wasp. She tells the tale. Here we've got a house ad for Amazing Spider-Man number 12 and Fantastic Four number 26. Yes, sir. I'll take a dozen copies of each, please, in mint condition. Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll take those things. Here we've got the human top. And again, we're talking about just the damage that was done to this book. Not much collectability in this book here, except for maybe some of the cool ads. There you got another, get ripped and get strong. Don't let nobody laugh at you anymore. Training for big pay made simple. You can become an auto mechanic. That was out of Chicago, Illinois. But that's it for this issue. Oh yeah. You could also get gaps in your family's education. Self-teaching encyclopedias. A few pennies a day is what they say. Here we got Tales to Astonish. Number 60, the Hulk is finally come in here. It's the big change in Astonish. Beast of Berlin. Oh, Hypox is mad at his fan club, the Giant Man fan club. It's like, out! All of you, out! I'm in no mood to be pestered by fans today. Go on, beat it! And don't come back till I send for you. Holy smoke, old Hyde Pockets must have blown his top. Gosh, Giant Man, we didn't mean to bother you. We just want to fill you in our new membership drive. Now write me a letter. I got other things on my mind now. Just get out of here. He's fighting mad. Get away. He ain't taking no crap off no kids. Wasp is trying to settle things down. Finds out an old buddy of his is captured behind the Iron Curtain. Unfortunately, are you positive that she died? Oh, his wife. When his wife died. What a fool I've been. I should have guessed it. Something so unromantic. He still can't forget Maria, his first wife. Oh, nurse, I'm sure you could certainly make him forget Maria. That's when his daughter was born, I guess. But how could his daughter have been born? Because she would have been much older. Here he's in disguise. You ever met old High Pockets? Ain't nobody going to know it's you. Hey, look, who's that there? Oh, it's just some tourist. He's got a hat on and a trench coat, and he's got some red thing around his face. That's nobody. Jumping on his ants, talking about how ants, no matter what country they're in, they all have the same language. Here we've got communist gorillas. Nothing's worse than communist gorillas, is there? Teaching gorillas to read, and then you turn them into communists. They're part of the red behind the red curtain there. Giant Man can take them down, but he can't take down 6 of them. See what kind of house ads this thing has in it. Got the Hulk. Great Steve Ditko artwork. Did artwork on the Hulk. Look at these here. Got the Marvel Tales Annual 1, Amazing Spider-Man Annual 1, Fantastic Four Annual 2. Yes, sir. I will take a dozen of each, please. Yes, sir. Here you got the late, great Steve Ditko. Had to happen. The Hulk finally been awarded his own series. Well, he had 6 issues to begin with, but he got his own starring role once again. Steve Ditko, George Bell. Genuine Shark's Tooth. He breaks through. Right there is the first time the Berlin Wall came down. Giant Man busted through it. Look, got some gorilla trying to bust his chops. We've got issue number 62. That great green cover. Got the chameleon. Unfortunately, this issue, because of the shape of this, is not a lot of value. There's not going to be a lot of value to this issue here. This might be considered the first appearance of Plant Man. You got plant life going on, so who knows? There again, you got damage to that back cover there. And isn't that Matt Damon? I think that might be Matt Damon. Here, you can work Saturday mornings, make an extra $5 to $20 selling shoes in your neighborhood. Again, you got great Steve Ditko artwork. Betty, is there a connection between Bruce and the Hulk? If so, what on earth can it be? He's fighting the old Spider-Man villain, the Chameleon. Got these great letters. Talks about the artist doing the Giant Man feature, Carl Burgos. Talks about how the Hulk is more looking more hawkish. You got an ad for talking about Spider-Man 19. These great house ads that are in here. These great letters. And speaking of house ads, there you go. You got Journey into Mystery, you've got Tales of Suspense, you've got Sergeant Fury, and you've got Strange Tales with the mystery villains on sale now. Old High Pockets knocked himself out. The villain, he just happened to have some cards on him. That's not very smart. But this villain puts on his costume and his uniform, and then he's trying to figure out, and he becomes Giant Man, the evil Giant Man. Where strives the behemoth? From Poland, that's where they strive. The Mighty Marvel Marching Society wants you. Issue number 67. He's got a different helmet on. He's changed his look slightly. Okay, he's fighting one of Space Ghost's villains there. We got 4 more masterpieces. Again, I'll take a dozen of these books, please. Let me go back in time and just buy the hell out of these books. There, he's giving abuse to the Wasp, smacking her around because she's got some green ray on her. Here, you broke the panel right there. You got Fish from Barney Miller teaching you how to draw. There you go. You got that same ad once again, teaching you the self-defense. Spider-Man 24. Got somebody from Detroit, Michigan that wrote in. And this talks about how this is the last issue that Steve Ditko will be drawing old Greenskin. He's working on the new Spider-Man annual, more Doctor Strange thrillers, and who knows. So we're not sure who is going to be taking over from old Sterling Stevie Ditko. So enjoy Ditko's Hulk for the last time. As he breaks up tanks, rips up the highway. Look at him. He's on a tear. He's fighting more communists. Take that, you Reds. You communist dogs, you. Comrades, look, he is lifting the entire turret right off the tank. Ha! Run, Hulk. Why, Hulk destroys tank. Everyone runs for Hulk. Everyone. It's not possible. He cannot be alive. He's a robot. Got this great house ad here for Daredevil number 7. That's where he got the red costume as designed by Wally Wood. He battles the Submariner. That shouldn't have been much of a battle at all. You could send in, become your member of the Merry Marvel Marching Society. I think, for how much was it? For $1. Cheap, man. $1. And Giant Man, boy, he really changed size. He was much, much larger than what they ended up making him in later issues. Here we got issue 68. Here is Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby did this. I think that was Dick Ayers that did that. Might have been Kirby. But you got Betty Ross, Rick Jones, General Ross, Major Talbot, the leader, and Bruce Banner. You got old Hypox. He's out in the middle of the woods there, and there's a bomb, or there's a plane trying to dive bomb him. He's a 50-foot giant. Gets hit by that plane. Guy jumps out. He tries to save him. The fall will be fatal unless, and he catches him and he knocks himself out on a tree. Knocks himself out on a tree. He's unconscious. And he goes to pick up this rock to try to kill him, and he can't. You can't kill him with that pebble, buddy. We find out that it's the human top. Here again, once again, we have comics that are on sale. They forgot to color this, but no matter what, if I can get a dozen copies, you give me a dozen copies of these things, let me go back and pay 12 cents for those books. I'll buy a dozen of them. No problem. Keep the change. Human Top is changing his outfit. This is before he became Whirlwind. He had the hots for Jan. There he is. He's in disguise. Hey, we met you before. Oh, I meet a lot of people in my work. How about show me around your lab? And Hank Pym just lets anyone in his lab. They need better security measures. There you go. There's another. You can subscribe to the Mighty Marvel Marching Society. And there he is. There's Jack in the box, dude. And we see Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby's taking over doing the Hulk. The King doing the Hulk. Boys wanting to sell grit. Where's that boy today? They thought he had deserted to the Reds. That was the big threat back then. Fighting some of the leaders, his mindless slaves. Somebody from Adrian, Michigan wrote in. Mails to Astonish. Here we've got this issue here with the Hulk and Hercules. But the great thing about this is a letter from somebody in Toledo, Ohio that wrote in here. Robert Zeller. Are you still alive, Robert Zeller? Look, you got a letter in here, man. You got the great Adam Austin doing the artwork. Adam Austin, of course, was Gene Colan. When Rises the Behemoth. They like to use the behemoth a lot. Strides the behemoth, rises the behemoth. Nergal gets around. But this great Gene Colan artwork, he had to change his name. Couldn't be known. I think he was working for another company at that time. He got Spider-Man number 36. If you became a member of the Mighty Marvel Marching Society, they'd put your name in here. I was way too young for that. And I'm sure there's probably people on there who might know. But some of the Marvel bullpen bulletins is shot. It's early on, and it's back when the Submariner could actually be shot by a gun. Got this great Polaris nuclear sub that you could send away for. But loss of blood. That's when characters like that actually could be shot. Here you got the Executioner. I believe that's John Romita. That's John Romita artwork right there, buddy. You got this great sweatshirt with the Hulk on it. Marvel Stationery. Spider-Man pinup, $1.99. That's Steve Ditko. The Titan and the Torment. Jack Kirby and Bill Everett. Bill Everett inking him. That the Hulk is going to fight Hercules. Hercules is on his way to Hollywood to be a big star. But he likes the battle. By the zesty zephyr of Zeus, never did I suspect such power might dwell within the limbs of a mortal. At last I begin to understand why the god of thunder himself hath found this planet to his liking. And Hercules likes fighting people. Gives them the gift. But we've got Tales to Astonish here, or Tales of Suspense. Get to see the new Iron Man. Got Steve Ditko artwork. But again, unfortunately, this issue here, just not going to be a lot of value. It's detached. Very, very bad condition. But it does feature Tony Stark, last time in his golden armor, and puts on his brand new armor. And so the new Iron Man champion of champions is born. This is what put us down the path to the classic Iron Man armor. Thank you, Steve Ditko. And you got Tony Stark there. Got accordions half off. He had a bad ticker. He'd always have to plug it in and get his ticker going again. There's another one of those boys selling that grit. Got a backup story. Cradak. Got issue number 49. Guest starring by special arrangement with the X-Men magazine, The Angel. I believe this was the first X-Men crossover. And again, Steve Ditko doing the artwork. The indicia used to be on the inside cover page. The new Iron Man meets the Angel. His jets are losing power. He's overtaxed them, flown too high, too fast. Here you've got the X-Men in here. Draw any person in 1 minute. He's got his armor that would neatly fold down. You got the X-Men. You got the Avengers. Okay, he's fighting the Angel. It should not have been of a any sort of a battle at all. He should have cleaned his clock easily. Tales of the Watcher, the saga of the Sneepers, by special arrangement with Fantastic Four magazine. They had to get permission. You got more green men that may have been somewhat distant cousins to the Skrulls. And next is going to be issue number 59. That's where Captain America starts his series in here. Got Don Heck doing the artwork on this. The great Don Heck. Again, you've got the indicia with all the information there on the inside cover. They show up at the Avengers for a while. You've got the Black Knight. You got Thor taking off with Giant Man and Wasp, but I guess you say he's Ant-Man at that time. Tony Stark is looking really bad right there. Page is torn. They've changed his armor has changed a little bit now, or it had. It's starting to change, starting to evolve a little bit more. Don Heck put his little twist on it. Got the letters pages. Nobody of great interest in this one here, but there is an issue coming up that has somebody that's pretty cool wrote in. Jack Kirby and Stan Lee doing Captain America, the first of a great new series. And there again, look at these issues here. Yes, can I get 10 or 20 each of these? I'll take 20. I'll take 20 of this issue, 20 of these, 20 of the other ones. Give me 20. Give me a dozen. Give me 20. Please, I will take those. You got John Romita cover. There's Sharon Carter. Unfortunately, you got this damage here. You've got Adam Austin, a.k.a. Gene Colan. The Mandarin's back. Got this great Polaris Nuclear sub-ad. This might be the first Polaris Nuclear sub-ad as a kid, because this was $6.99. I think it went up to $7.98. Want those as a kid, but my dad probably knew I'd draw myself in Lake Erie. Here we've got Spider-Man 35 in here. Again, a very early Marvel bullpen bulletins. These things probably have never been reprinted. And again, 26 new members of the Mighty Marvel Marching Society. Pepper Potts is mad. There he is. There's Jack again. There's the Mandarin. As the Mandarin should look. He's a very evil foe of old Shellhead. Got Jazzy John Romita fighting the Cap's fighting in Batrock, Z Leaper. There she is. Yep. One side, peasants. None may delay the mighty leaper. Another few seconds, I retreat my goal. Batrock. Oh, he's mad because Captain America has showed back up. Cap cleans his clock. Here we've got the circulation. If we just see what these numbers are, 367,000 copies of these books were sold. 367,000 copies. Books are lucky to sell 67,000 copies these days. You got Nick Fury and Captain America together again. You got this great Kirby cover. Okay, now it's Gene Colan. That's issue 78. That was issue 76. So Gene could now go by his name and not Adam Austin. Got some damage done to this issue here. Again, Jack Kirby, Frank Giacola. John Romita was just on just for an issue or two. Disaster. All my money has been impounded. My factory is shut down. There was a warrant out for my arrest. What do I do now? Where can I go? Who can I turn to? Tony Stark's in trouble. He was fighting the Reds and fighting the Mandarin. You got Spider-Man number 37 here. You got the different areas. Again, these Marvel bulletins. So cool. Talks about, here we go. At least it can be told the real name of admirable Adam Austin. Most of the newer readers won't recognize it, but those who remember us for the days of our former triumphs will instantly remember who he is. In fact, you may have guessed his identity. Anyways, to end the suspense, this bid farewell to AA and welcome gallant Gene Colan into the fold in all of his glory. Gene did sci-fi yarns, westerns, war tales, and just about everything you can think of years ago for Marvel. And in between us, he's better today than ever. You got John Romita talking about him, his first guest appearance in months. Spider-Man, you got John Romita. Oh, just so very cool. You got that ad for that Polaris again. Is your hair coming or growing? And there's fish. More letters pages. Nick Fury gives Cap a Priority 1 badge from S.H.I.E.L.D. so he can get a hold of him whenever he needs to. Move on to issue number 82. This is the coming out of the Super Adaptoid. He's just the Adaptoid at this point. And there, Iron Man's fighting the Titanium Man, Frank Giacola. And again, we've got all the information for the indicia is still on the inside cover. The Super Adaptoid has defeated Cap and is taken over. I will take his shield, for he will need it no longer. He's taken Cap's identity as he beat Captain America. Here's another one of those grit kids. Where's he at these days? Is that Bernie Sanders? Maybe that's Bernie Sanders. He's selling grit. That's how he got his start. Here's an ad, house ad for Fantastic 455 with the Silver Surfer with that great purple cover. This purple cover doesn't do the actual comic justice. The purple really popped. But yeah, I'll take 20 of those, please. Kind of other house ads are in here. Is there any other house ads? Here you've got the bullpen bulletin. Spidey number 741, a brand new supervillain for Spidey, and what a villain. He's caught the Rhino, and he's all you hope he will be and more. Talks about their subscriptions, Marvel superheroes on TV. Talks about Denny O'Neil. Who knows that Denny worked for Marvel before he worked for DC way back in the day. And now talking about King Kirby's inking. So Jack was starting to be called the King at that time. He didn't quite care for that, but Stan called him the King anyways because he was. Here he's fighting the Titanium Man again. Pepper Potts is getting in trouble. Might get hurt. Again, the indicia on the inside front cover. And those shellheads had enough. Here we got promoting the Marvel superheroes on TV. Here we got Spider-Man 42. You guessed it. Those mysterious spores on J. Jonah Jameson's son turned him into, well, you'll see for yourself. And you'll also see Mary Jane Watson at long last. This is where you first saw MJ. That right there should tell you that's her first appearance, despite what they say. 25-cent specials. Talks about Don Heck. Stop the Presses. Marvel's and Esquire. There's LBJ. The Cheerful Card Company. The End of Iron Man. Again, you've got this great comic or this great ad for the Saturday morning cartoons. The Tumbler, Jack Kirby. He's the Adaptoid, and the Tumbler ends up defeating him pretty easily. However, the True Cap breaks free and then beats the Tumbler's butt. Now, this issue here had a very special letter in this one here. It's not from the guy in Warren, Michigan. It's this guy here, this Marvin Wolfman from New York. That's right, Marv Wolfman has a letter published in this issue of Tales to Astonish, or Tales of Suspense, rather. So, if you want to get this issue here that has a letter written by Marv Wolfman, you need Tales of Suspense number 83. Also, we do have an issue of Justice League that Mr. Wolfman had published as well. Issue number 63 of Justice League of America. He had a very long letter published in that one there. Does not have his full address, but there you go, Marvin Wolfman. And again, something cool to have these old comics with the different creators who went on to write and create some of our favorite characters and favorite stories. So, an early Marv Wolfman. Here we've got issue 84 of Tales of Suspense. Let's get through this quickly. Got the Super Adaptoid making his appearance. You got the Avengers making an appearance. There's that. And where's the other house ad? Somebody did not like Iron Man. Every picture of Iron Man in this issue here was scribbled. And then we've got issue 86 of Cap. Got this great ad on the back for the Aurora model kits, for the superhero kits. I had those. And what else is in here? There you go. Marvel Superheroes on TV. Unfortunately, this issue is water damage. He fights the Mandarin again. This picture right here is a nod, I believe, to Steve Ditko. But if you like this, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Thank you.